Mm-hmm. Hey, 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 hey. And y'all better not be joking talking about that sound like Fat Albert. But welcome to the Night Lounge. I'm your host, Troy Smith. I got Angela Simpson. Oh my gosh, look at my camera already flickering. Hold on a second.
Looks like I'm just here.
No, you here, you there.
Uh,
Let me get my camera on point. Shoot. Ah, I love it. Got my green screen looking all crazy.
what happened?
Huh?
What happened?
My camera was flickering. I don't want the camera flickering and doing all that. Can I? You want me to start over for you? Here, I start over for you. You feel better because you feeling.
It don't matter to me. I'm ready.
We do it again, then. We warm it up again. We just having a good time.
All right, I'm here for it.
You here for it?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, hey, hey! It's your host Troy Smith. I'm here with Angela Simpson, the real estate mogul.
Oh, really?
Hello, Angela, please.
Speak it. Speak it. Real estate mogul. Speak it.
Look, Angela Simpson is big time stuff right here. I like to speak it into existence. That's what I do. I don't care what nobody say. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Is that okay with you?
That's fine with me. I like it.
I like it too. Well, look, so we're here at the Noti Lounge with Angela Simpson. We're going to learn a little bit about what she does and who she is. We know what she do. She's a real estate mogul. We know what she does. But we're going to learn a little bit about her because this girl has a unique story about her, period. Because if you didn't know, we're talking to a celebrity.
Oh, yeah. Celebrity.
First of all, she's so nervous because she don't know what I want to ask her.
Nope.
And we're just going to have a good time today.
Okay.
Just like our normal conversations. You just don't, I guess, can it be normal?
No, it can't, but I'll try.
Normal conversation, we want to cut somebody out. I get you. But
no.
Welcome everyone to the Noti Lounge, and thank y'all for taking time to actually look at this and take the time to actually listen to it. And be sure to actually comment. I actually also share the video too, because we're just here having a good time, me and Angela. So Angela says she does not listen to podcasts. She said she started to get into it though.
I did. I just started listening to podcasts. They're pretty cool. I got some audible books, and I listen to some webinars, so I'm getting it going.
But what happened to your? So you turned the rap music off?
No, sometimes.
Yeah. Who you listen to in your car on your way to do anything?
It just depends on what mood I'm in. If I'm new school or new stuff, I just let that play because I don't really know them. But here lately, like I was just cleaning up and stuff, and I was listening to Cash Money, Hot Boys.
Old school Hot Boy.
Hot boys, yeah.
Run up. Who was your favorite Hot Boy then?
Growing up, it was BG. That was my favorite Hot Boy.
You got all 18 Chopper Cities.
All of them.
All 18 Chopper Cities. But I tell you, so Angela with the assist, you got to tell me exactly. Did you play basketball? Where did the assist thing come from?
So I come from a recreation background, which means a lot of sports, a lot of activities, a lot of games. So yeah, when I thought about assists, I thought about my background in basketball. I played basketball from 2nd grade all the way to 12th grade, and then I ended up being. Say it again.
You played in high school?
Yeah, I played in high school.
Oh, you actually can hoop and everything?
A little bit. I mean, I can hold my own.
Now let me know she can dunk.
Nah, I wish.
So
they couldn't stop me from dunking if I could dunk. I'd be dunking all the time. Let's just go to the parks just dunking.
Who was your what was your position though?
So my freshman year I played like power forward, but I didn't get any taller and everybody else did. So I had to learn how to be a guard, but my dribbling is not the best. But I played like a 2 guard. I try to still play not power forward, but small forward.
Gotcha.
But I like getting rebounds. I like defense. So
Backing folk down then. Bow, bow. Elbows and everything.
don't ask too many people. You might hear about some elbows or two.
Uh-huh. Well, I did say that she was she's a celebrity. I won't say local because she went nationwide.
Local, not even a celebrity.
She has been, you may have seen her on Wheel of Fortune.
Yes, I was on Wheel of Fortune. I had a great time on there too. Before COVID, pre-COVID.
Not only does she tell us, you watch Wheel of Fortune every day.
Yeah, I enjoy watching it. I've been watching it since about first, second grade too.
So when
I enjoy it. Go ahead.
But when you got on it though, you was excited. I mean, like,
and very, very nervous. But I was excited. But I was very, very nervous.
Well, at least we know you can spell.
Hey, a lot. That's a lost art right there, spelling. So I do have that down a little bit.
I mean, she can spell. She can finish phrases. You know what I'm saying? She was doing, and guess what? Not only was she on the show, people, she won.
I did. I ended up going to the final round, and I got the final round. And like you said, I could spell. I could fill in the blanks. I can assist. Haha. You see that?
And now I seen her and her husband holding the check, so she actually got some bread.
What check? It wasn't a check. You talking about?
I seen the number on the bottom there.
Yeah, the little tag thing. Yeah, he was there with me.
You said what? Like it was no money.
Well, you get the money a lot later.
But the fact is, you got it.
I did. You're right.
Smart.
Say it again.
And you're smart.
I try. I try to use my brain. I try.
And then, but on top of that, though, yeah, people don't even probably know this. And my screen flicker, but who cares? Listen to the audio version. Angela is a graduate of Vanderbilt University of Vanderbilt. Is that right?
I am. I went to Vanderbilt after high school, and I graduated. Like a lot of people that go there. So.
University of Vanderbilt or Vanderbilt University?
Say it again.
Is it Vanderbilt University?
Oh, it's definitely Vanderbilt University.
Uh-huh.
Go Doors.
Look,
Who you with?
Loud. Go Doors out loud. You went though, graduated. Was you on a scholarship?
Say it again.
Were you on a scholarship?
I did. I got academic scholarship to go.
Jeez. Don't worry about that. This girl actually went to Vanderbilt, graduated, but she went on an academic scholarship?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Say it again.
Where are you from?
I'm from here. I'm from Nashville. Sorry, I'm from Nashville.
But I mean, look, you're doing things that folks would not particularly think of folk doing. Going to Vandy, you're going to Vanderbilt on an academic scholarship, and then you don't even ever talk about it. Why is that?
I mean, colleges. I don't know. It's not. If somebody wants to talk about it, I talk about it. But it's not really anything to discuss. I went. I graduated. Now I'm out here trying to figure everything out like everybody else.
Somebody actually smart. You know when somebody got money? You know when people got money?
When?
They'll never talk about it.
Oh, is that what it is?
You know when people are smart?
What about? What happens when people are smart?
Talk about it.
No. I'll take that.
But why is my camera flickering like that? Ugh. That's why I got no one on the way. But tell us, you actually said you did the you did decorations. You worked for the city. What?
Yep,
so going to real estate.
So after I left from Metro Parks, I was looking for a new, I guess, adventure. I had recently bought a home, and I really enjoyed the process. I had a family member, my cousin, who actually sold me my home. And I got to ask her a lot of questions, a whole lot of stuff that you might not ask somebody that you really didn't know. And I was really into it. So when I was thinking about my next move, real estate was on the top of that list. So I went ahead. I went to the real estate school, took the test, and I've been going ever since, trying to make it happen.
But what made you? What question did you ask your cousin or whoever about the real estate question? What question was that?
It was just different questions, just the process in itself. My biggest thing is exposure. Even when I was with recreation, my biggest thing was about when I work with kids, was exposure. So as I asked her these questions, and you call me smart, or people have called me smart, I didn't know the answers to these questions. So I was like, there are probably other people, a lot of other people who don't understand this process, who don't understand the answers to these questions, or who may not even ask because they're not comfortable enough to ask this person that's selling them the house. And it sounds crazy that you'll buy a house from somebody, or somebody will be your agent, but you still don't feel comfortable asking them all the questions that you have.
Mm.
So I wanted to position myself to be that person that is you're comfortable enough with, even if, let's say, you have another agent and you had a question, and I know you and you know me, you could call me, and I'm not going to say, well, now I need to be your agent or anything like that.
Mm.
I just want people to know what I know. If I can pass on any knowledge that I have, that is a win for me every day. And of course, like I tell people all the time, I am a real estate agent. I do work for money eventually, to pay my own bills and things, but I enjoy the process and the learning, and even the light bulbs that are created for myself and for my clients when certain situations happen or certain questions come up. So I really enjoy it.
And that's how you assisted them all the time. Because I know you're getting calls.
I am getting calls. I do get calls, and I answer them, or I reply back, and I'm working with people trying to get to that next step so that we can figure out how to get them in a home if that's what they want, or how to sell their home, or even just how to get themselves situated if they're thinking about home ownership in the next 2 years, so that those steps are at least written down and they can see them. And then if once they understand them and see them, then they are able to say, okay, now let me get on that journey. But if you never understand them, see them, write them down, then how could you even go on that journey? So
Right, right. Let me ask you: how do you think your personal life experience has helped you in thinking about how to be a better real estate agent?
um I believe that I can be awkward, and
Yeah, you
I
can.
can
You can be awkward. Yeah,
I can be very awkward, but I still am a people person. And I
yeah.
think even that awkwardness kind of attracts people, because everybody has little quirky things about them that we either try to hide or that we deal with every day.
Mhm.
And I try to make people see that, because like we talked about before, being seen as a certain person, like, oh, you're smart, or oh, you're doing this, or oh, you've been there. But we all, no matter who we are, share some of the same experiences. We wake up in the morning with one thought or another on our mind, and how to get to that next thought, that next place. So
Right.
I think I'm very relatable because of all the different scenarios I've been in. When I was growing up, I went to a Catholic school. It was an all black Catholic school in North Nashville. I went there. Then I went to metro schools for high school. And that was, more of a mixed background. And then I went to Vanderbilt, which is, I was the minority there. I was definitely a minority there, and it's just those mixtures of being around different types of people and different type of situations, I think, have molded me to be able to kind of be a chameleon, but not. I don't want to say that I change no matter where I am, but I definitely feel like I know how to adapt to whatever situation or whatever group of people that I'm in contact with.
So when you worked at Metro Parks, how was it? I mean, you went from a salaried retirement type job, what our mom and dad and people that we know old school would say, "Girl, you got benefits,"
Yeah.
to
So
going into real estate.
I will say I'm fortunate. I do have a husband, so it's and shout out to him. I love you, but
uh,
it is different. It is different knowing that you pretty much are fighting for every check, and um you can't say, okay, well, this Friday, that money will be there. So
yeah.
that's different. But it hasn't. I've had a certain journey where it hasn't been that bad. I haven't lost anything for sure. Um, I think some of those same skills, and that's the good thing about it. Some of the same skills and some of the same attributes that I had there, I'm able to carry over. I could talk to a stranger. Like I said,
Mm.
even though I could be awkward, I could start an awkward conversation with a stranger, and it doesn't bother me. So,
But I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, but because when I got to know you, you're right. You look at you just say, okay, she ain't gonna talk to nobody. But then you're the most bubbly, actually cool person to talk to. That's the
yeah.
truth. And
Well, I
and
appreciate that. Tell
but
them
you,
again.
yeah,
No.
but then you also, but what you do know is that you like to actually help people.
I do. I really
And
enjoy. I mean, just making that connection. And I mean, if even if I don't know the answer, because I will tell, like I tell you, I'm new, and you say you're not new, but I'm newer. And if
yeah,
I don't know the answer, I will go find you the answer. I will
yeah,
go look. I will call people. I will
yeah,
try, or I will come back to you and say, okay, look, you go check this website out. If you look through it good enough, it's the answer should be there. So I really like helping people, and it's crazy because I've always like people always knew what they wanted to be when they grew up, and I never really did. And I won't say I was jealous of them, but I always was like, why don't I know? But it's just for me, what filled in that gap is just helping people. Because even in parks, when I was there for 10 plus years, I found a way to do programming or to have activities that help people get from one point to another, whether I was attempting to help patrons that were adults, kids that were in programs, or even just trying to connect with other staff members and get, because I was a manager. At one point I was trying to get all managers together, just to help link us together, because once you realize how relatable you are, it's easier to learn from one another, so now I know what we have in common. So what different things do we bring to the table that I can learn from you? Because people talk about using people, but that's really what life is about. You're not supposed to use to till they're all used up, but
yeah,
you're supposed to meet people, and you're supposed to contribute to a relationship, and they're supposed to contribute, and you're both supposed to take something away from it.
hmm,
So once you realize how relatable you are, then you can talk about the things that are different, and the things that you know that I don't know, and the things that I know that you don't know, and then put them all out there, and now we both leave as fuller people, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. Because you have definitely sent out text messages late and say you up. Can you answer this question for me? But the good thing, it shows how much you'll go the extra mile to get it done. You
Yeah,
actually really will do the assist
yeah,
because you actually make it seem like that's your family member. I'm like, I even talked to you one time, like, why are you going so hard for that? You know what I'm saying? But you show, hey, it's my business. I guess what I got to get done. So
yeah.
that's what's important for people to know. But you being from Nashville
Hmm.
in real estate, you seeing a lot of the change and stuff happen.
Yeah, I
You
have.
know, areas that you thought that you would never want to be at. You see people running down the street with dogs saying hi. I
Yeah.
think, you know what I'm saying? How is that look now that you're on the other side looking in as a person that's actually a sell or a
I
buying
mean,
person, you know?
a lot of it it's a lot to take in, and it's so more complex than just being somebody who's just riding through seeing it, because it's business, you know what I mean, and that's what it comes down to. And it's unfortunate that, excuse me, that business can hurt certain groups of people and help other groups of people. And my biggest thing is, I seen the evolution of maybe like East Nashville. I wasn't so familiar with West Nashville, but I know it used to look different.
Mm-hmm.
And even the zip code that I grew up in, which means a lot to me, 37207. You can see it happening.
Where's the Antioch?
No, no, no. This is off Brick Church Pike and Ewan Lane.
Okay,
37207, Dickerson Road, part of Gallatin Road.
right.
And you can see it evolving. And I just want people like me that came from Nashville to be able to grab a hold of it, to have their piece of it, because it's enough out there for us all to have a piece of it, even though
Mm.
it looks like certain people are taking bigger pieces than others. So then that's part of my mission, is to help people get to that place where they can grab their piece of it and have it and hold it, if that's what they want, because that's what you run into. Some people don't want it, and I'm not here to convince you why you need a house. I'm here to help you if you want a house. I can tell you the pros, and I can tell you some cons, but if that's how you feel, I mean, I can still talk to you. We can still have a great relationship, but I'm here to help those people who want their piece, and who sit around sometimes, because I found myself with, man, that used to be this, or that could have been this. But if I would have had maybe my stuff before, doing real estate, maybe I could have bought it, or maybe, you know what I mean? So it's just
Mm.
thinking about those options for those areas that haven't quite been hit as hard by the changes, and how we can grab our piece, even just as native Nashville. Have people coming from everywhere getting everything, and then we feel like we're left with crumbs, or that we have to go all the way out to Timbuktu so that we can have a house, or Clarksville. Not nothing wrong with those places, but I don't feel like people should be forced out to those places. If you want to live there, that's awesome. Clarksville is a great place, but if you feel like that's your only option, we shouldn't feel that way.
Mm-hmm. So how do you help people understand that? How do you break the news to somebody to tell them that you're just not ready?
Most people,
I want to know that.
Most people know.
They know before they get to you.
Most people know, yeah. And then instead of telling them they're not ready, I tell them the things that they need to be ready. And then they're able to look at those things and say, well, I don't have that, or I don't have that. Or I'll say, do you have this? Is your credit this? Do you have this? Have you looked into this? And if they answer no to those questions, I say, well, this is what we're going to have to work on then. I'm no credit specialist at all, but I have little tips that I learned in classes and timelines and basic things that, hey, pull your credit report. We can discuss some of the basic things that I know. If you need more help than that, then we can try to find somebody that give you more help than that. But
But you're not one. But I know you're not one of the people though that try to say this is how they do that. This is how that person do their job. You're not that person. That's what I like about you.
Oh no, I don't understand what you mean.
Like for example, you don't tell a mortgage person how to do a mortgage job.
No, not at all. I just ask that you do your job. But no, I don't. No, I'm trying to be an expert at my job, so I'm gonna take less care about your job. I'll just hope that you do it, and I will check in with you and ask you, have you done it? And I always try to say, is there anything that I could do to help you do what you need to do, in my role? So no.
So tell me, how would you feel tell me about how can, because everything's about relationship. By me being in the mortgage business, you being in real estate, it's a thing that we got to coexist, right? We can't be like thinking something. We got to coexist together.
Yeah.
How could what would be a perfect partnership in regards to mortgage for you? For the other side of the table, the money.
So what you said for as far as the money?
So in regards to partners, because my thing is it's one thing to be at the water cooler, right? To talk bad about the real estate agents. Oh, I can't stand them. They always want this, always want that. But if you can actually build it in the front end about the relationship building that, hey, we're on the same team. Yeah. This is how I can be a better partner for you. Well, in a perfect world, In
a perfect world, I would want transparency and for us to understand that you can tell me certain things that are going on, and I'll figure out if it's my client, especially if I brought the client to you. Hopefully I have some rapport with the client. So if there's things that need to be done or some things that are holding a process up, that you would let me know and be transparent and be clear about that, so that, if my client's calling me and I'm calling you and you're not giving me anything, then I'm calling my client and say, okay, I don't have anything. So they're going to keep calling. But if we get some kind of clear answer, and I'm understanding more and more that there's not always a clear answer, but even just to say that it's tentative, I don't, it's more than, oh, it's just going to happen, or, or you just got to wait. Like, just being clear, because we're all on timelines and we all have a service to provide. My service would be to the client, and the mortgage lender's service would be to the client. And at the end of the day, that's who we need to be servicing. But we should be one team, to know that we're one team and we can communicate back and forth and it be effective,
Because my main, so there are people that's real estate agents, mortgage lenders, bankers that listen to this podcast. And what my thing is that I'm always trying to make sure we all understand is that even when I talk to agents, we're on the same team.
We are.
I want it closed just as much as you do. Yeah. Because I don't get paid unless it
Until it
closes.
closes.
Right.
Right.
So my last thing I want to do is be just BS and then just I'll get to that when I get to it, especially for a purchase, right? So
Yeah.
I want to make sure that we're all understanding we're working together. And that's
Yeah.
why I set the precedence up front. This is what the expectations are compared to we're just guessing.
Yeah.
And I want everyone that's listening to this and that's going to actually, I'm going to share this with, is like, hey, this is what a real estate agent is looking for. I know as a mortgage lender, I'm looking for agents willing to communicate because they're surprised I actually call them back. That's what's weird. Real estate agents say, oh, you called me back? But then I also got people that's surprised that I'm actually keeping it 100 with them.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. Because
and that's what we, I mean, and that is very important. The communication and it being clear and effective. Because if we talking in circles, and and nobody's taking any understanding from our conversations, then we're just back at square one, and it's gonna happen again tomorrow with me because I'm gonna just try you again the next day.
You will call again. You'll call everybody. But that's
see if I can understand you, or if you can get somebody that speaks the same language as me, that'd be great. You know what I mean? Right. But just like you said, and just to be on top of our stuff, because that's why I try to be on top of my stuff. So that when I do come to you and something's needed, I can say, well, this is what I have. I already talked to that person. I already did this. And then hopefully that helps the process go on. But just being there. And most of the lenders that I've worked with have been there and been helpful. But you run into certain things and you and everything. And for me, everything is a lesson. So you learn, you instead of getting stuck in a funk like you can with certain situations, I sit back and I say, so what am I gathering from this problem that I'm having? Because even though it's a problem, it probably is still going. It's like, what am I learning from this? What do I need to do better next time? And I try my best to always, I don't say that first. I'm not going to lie and say that's the first thing I always say. But at the end of the day, when I'm thinking about how it happens, I say, okay, what could I have done differently? And hope that, I mean, at the end of it is providing that service for the client. So it's like, did I do everything that I could do to provide the service for the client? If I say yes, then I just have to go to bed with that, So if I say no, I got to write me a plan to do it better tomorrow. So
right. So Noti Lounges stands for not overthinking it. That's what it stands for. Not overthinking it. It's okay to admit it. It's okay. You thought it was gonna be something nasty or something. Oh, the Noti Lounge.
No. But I am an overthinker, and that's what I'm working on.
Yes. So
simplicity, yes.
Right. So tell us. So how did you get to the point that you were not overthinking becoming a real estate agent, though? Besides probably being frustrated with your previous employment.
How was I not overthinking?
Like you didn't overthink it then. You said, "Bump it, I'm gone." I'm assuming. But when did it get to the point where you just said, I'm not overthinking? Because like I said, you went from a salary benefit job, been working there for how many years you worked there?
I worked there for 10 plus years. Yeah.
10 plus years working there, dealing with everybody.
Yeah.
To say I'm going to go into real estate. Because some people think, because you don't know any better, you say, oh, it's going to be easy if I go do this, and not knowing the battle.
No, well, I think when I came in, because I've only been maybe a year and a few months, that it was already known that what they say, everybody knows 14 real estate agents. So I already knew, like, this is gonna be not a fight, but I'm gonna have to work, and I'm gonna have to find my niche, and I'm still working towards that. I think I'm doing a pretty good job, but you're gonna find those people who want to work for you, with you, and they like you. Like I said, it could be awkward. I could be quirky, but there's a group of people. If I like it or not, there's a group of people like that. And if I can attract that group of people, then I'm okay with that. And I'm going to run into, and I have been dumped before. So you're going to run into
dumped before?
Yeah.
What was that experience like when they told you, ugh, I won't work with her no more?
Well, they said I didn't have time. It wasn't quite that, but and I appreciate it. And I let them know that I'm sorry that they feel that way, because I felt like, I think I took them on plenty of home tours, and I answered all their, reply to the communications that they had. But at some point, people can feel when it's not a good fit, and I appreciate you knowing that and wanting to move on and go ahead and move on. I'm not going to try to hold you hostage. And I just hope that was the only reason, because sometimes people say one thing and it could be something else. But I do have time. I'm sorry to break it to everybody. I have time.
But one thing I heard from, go ahead.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
You know, one thing I hear a lot from real estate agents
What's that?
is that, oh, I'm so tired of freaking doing showings. I'd rather be doing listings. Why is that? What's the difference between
Um,
the two? I mean, you selling.
I guess I don't feel that way. I've heard somebody tell me that too. Cause yeah, so the the sellers, it's different. You know what they want. They want to get their house sold. You know what I
Now,
mean?
as you can see, he's an agent as well.
Yeah,
So
I saw that. Yeah.
yeah, he
So
actually is a broker. So
yeah. So a
yeah.
seller knows what they want. They want their price. They want to get their house sold. They might have a range of a price, but they want a price. A buyer is still, I mean, they know what they want, but then you got wiggle room. It's a 1.5. I want a 2. I mean, it's so many different options of what they want that it makes it more tedious. How about that?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it takes patience. I don't know, even if you have buyers, you probably don't want a whole lot at once unless you got like a team, or you know what I mean. But
Mm-hmm.
it takes more time with a buyer. I think a seller is kind of like, not I'm done, but hey, get this sold. I'm ready to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
A buyer is like, oh, let's go here, let's go here, let's go here, let's go here. So it's like you have to kind of sometimes reel them in, and you have to, be a lot more patient, I think, with buyers.
Got it. So okay. So that's why people like to go sell, because they know what they want. They want sellers. They know what they
They
want.
want to sell it, and they want it for this price, and you might be able to talk them a little bit, this way or that way, but they want to sell their house, and of course a buyer wants to buy their house, but that house might be a condo, it might be a townhouse, it might be a single, it might be a multi-unit. So you got all these different options that they have to play with.
Got you. So I got two more questions and we out.
Okay.
Number one being 2020 taught people a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We met at 19. And we was doing the courses and stuff at Exit Realty.
Mm-hmm.
So 20 ain't got here yet at that point. You didn't know what was gonna come over the horizon.
No, I didn't.
But what did you learn from 2020 as a real estate agent? What would you learn?
As a real estate agent, I learned
Or
that
you can do personal, whatever, but I just talk about in your business. It don't matter. What did you learn from 2020?
I feel like communication is the key, because if you ask around, real estate is always up and down. It has patterns, it has different things that happen in different seasons, but it didn't for a lot of people. A lot of people made a lot of money. A lot of people were still buying. A lot of people were still selling. So I think the ultimate name of that game was communication. How good was your marketing? Because people were still had clients that they were working with that still had opportunities to make things happen. And I don't know whether I haven't looked at the stats of whether those people were for Nashville or for Tennessee were out of state and came, because they say a lot of people are transplanting from places that have higher cost of living, and so they're still able to come here, buy what they need, live their life, So I just think the marketing, and I'm trying, I enjoy marketing actually. And I'm working on it more and more. But I think those people who already had their things in place and their communications in place, and stay top of mind with people, were still able to make their money and get things done. So I think that was a big thing. As far as a person, it has to do with communication, but it's connection, like with family members, with people not being here, with people dying every day and stuff like that. Even though, fortunately, it hasn't hit me personally, but just knowing that it's hitting people, it makes you want to be close to the people that you care about and you love. And like you said, I kind of treat clients like family. So at the same time, it makes you want to, are you doing okay? Making those connections, and really feeling more, having more feelings about, you know, things that are going on, more considerate. I think hopefully it made everybody a little more considerate, because if something's just going on with you, then nobody else really knows. It doesn't affect anybody else, but to have that affect everybody, and everybody have to kind of take a stand back and say, okay, how do I play this? How do I maneuver with what's going on? Then it hits everybody. And I think that's the thing that, is going to show who's going to rise. And I talk about 2021. Hopefully it's better. I don't know
We
that.
hoping.
I know, but I don't know about the first 3 months. It's still the same things are going on, but
Yeah.
it's going to you're gonna show who's gonna rise up and who's gonna get things done. I was talking to a lady today, just talking about how people maneuvered in it. Whether it was food delivery or this service is now coming a box, or whatever people did to just adapt to it. So
Mm-hmm.
adaptation to situations is really big, and I just being more new, like I said, I'm able to look back and see some of the things that are happening and then apply it to myself for the upcoming year and upcoming clients. So I'm excited about that.
All right. So my last thing will be this: what would you
Okay.
tell somebody? Because I was talking to a person that's in
Okay.
a whole nother line of business,
Okay.
and I love when people they never been in it before. They can tell you what it's like.
Everything about it. Yeah.
And she decides that I'm gonna get out of this business I'm in, which I built my platform up. She's well known in the industry, but I'm gonna get
Hmm.
out of it and go into real estate because all I gotta do is sell houses.
Yeah.
What would you tell somebody that think they know, or just, no? What would you tell someone before they get into real estate? What would you tell them? What advice would you give them? They say, "I'm going into real estate." Uh-oh, she'll come
So,
back.
um, hold on, I'm here. So
Mm-hmm.
I would tell them to just be ready to kind of be on call 24/7. Not saying you always have to answer these calls, but it's going to be important that you do. Hold on.
They're probably looking for you because right now Angela is at the grocery store. And we're talking to her right now while she's in the parking lot at the grocery store. So she's taking time to be on the night lounge and be on her virtual comfy couch while she about to go in here and shop. So we done took up a couple minutes of her time. So she's probably getting a call from her husband to me, where you at? Family at the house hungry. Everybody ready to eat something. So her screen a little froze, but she gonna come back in a second. If she do. But hey, thank y'all so much for joining in on the comments and actually being on the show right now. Live. If you don't know, you need to make sure you're part of the Naughty Lounge all across all platforms. Naughty Lounge, Noti, Lounge, Lounge, on Facebook, social, on YouTube. Please go like it on YouTube. Please go like it on Instagram. Please go like it everywhere you see this platform wise of social media. Get on that. Then also on the podcast platforms. Make sure you actually are tuned into Night Lounge on the podcast platforms too. But she is back, and I know your husband and people probably wonder where you at. So let's go ahead and finish it out. What's that question? What's your
Okay, so
advice to
I'm just
someone?
saying, just be ready. Just be ready to help, to kind of focus more on helping people and helping people's situations, and you'll get to where you need to go. But have an open mind, you know, have an open mind about what you learn, about the people you meet. Not only will you be working with clients, you'll be working with other agents. You know what I mean? So you have a lot of different personalities that you'll be working with. You'll have people in your office, you'll have your broker, so you'll have lenders, you'll have appraisers. You just gotta be open to knowing that you're gonna be interacting with all types of people, and just open your mind and your heart a little bit to it, and everything else will kind of hopefully fall into place.
But that's all you would tell somebody that's telling you, Angela, I'm thinking about getting into real estate, girl. I heard you. I see you bought that new Bentley truck, and
Oh no,
it.
that didn't happen.
Well, I see you done bought that new car. You done paid your mortgage up for 12 years. I mean, how'd you do? I need to go and get in in the real estate, girl. And then you just tell them, well, get ready.
Yeah,
That's all you're gonna
get
tell them.
ready. I mean, it is work. It is work.
But
It is
no, because
work, and if you're
they
not,
think it's not work. They think it's not work at all.
no, if you're not sowing the seeds, you're not reaping the harvest. You have to work. So even when there's downtime, you don't have a client, you don't have things flowing the way that you want them to flow, you need to be finding something to grow your business, to make your business stronger, to enhance your brand, to make sure everybody you know knows what industry you're in. And you have to be ready to be out there. Put yourself out there, and so that people can receive you, and that you can go out and get the business done. But you've got to be ready to work. If you're not, like I said, if you're not finding clients, learning more, learning the process, learning about houses, learning about the market, learning about areas, you want to be out there. You want to, like I said, it's 24/7, because there's always something that you could be doing. There's always something you could be doing.
So you mean to
And
tell me you
you
don't
you
lay in the bed all day? They think you can just get up at any time of the day and you know go to work when you want to.
no. I mean, you get to set some of your own stuff, but it will show. What you do and what you sow will show when it's time for you to get the check that you think is coming, that
Mm,
big check. So
I like that. That's a good one to end it out on right there. It
yeah,
will show.
it
Well, look,
will.
thank you, Angela Simpson, aka Angela with the assist, aka what's the name of that show? Wheel of Fortune Celebrity, aka Miss Real Estate Mogul. Thank you so much for being a part of Night Lounge today.
No
Remember,
problem. Thank you
everybody.
for having me.
No, for sure. Man. Oh, hold on. Before we go, they can find you where? How? Angela with the assist on all social media, right?
So Angela with the assist, with the underscores instead of spaces on Instagram. It's Angela Simpson Real Estate Professional on Facebook. Yeah,
That's it.
come find me. And then at AngelaSimpsonRealEstate.com, if you want to start looking at some houses on my website, you can
Mm.
sign up, put your information in, and we'll be connected and in contact for sure.
Nice. Well, there it is. Remember, the true outcome of having a mindset of successful thinking is having an unwavering expectation of successfully achieving a predetermined goal, knowing that the outcome was supposed to happen. Remember, the two most important currencies in life: time and relationships. Time, you got to invest wisely because you can't get it back. Relationships get you places money can't buy. Appreciate y'all. We holla.
Bye.